this artwork will just not take a turn that you will expect. After getting the brief for this artwork, we had to create a miniaturized version of it, which I was really happy about when I made, but looking back on it, there are just some obvious changes I would make, and that's where the final artwork comes. We look at the previous artwork and say, okay, I don't like this and I don't like this, and we just change it for the final artwork. For me, it was my face. My face didn't look like my face. And so I used a projector that my friend had just so that I made sure my proportions were perfection and so I could just get straight into the underpainting. When doing an underpainting, I like to do something that will tie my entire piece together, and for me that color was yellow. However, that yellow tended to be more on the orange side. It was still something I was happy and okay with. And then when the back came, I made it blue, and then that naturally made the foreground stay solidified in the front and the back stay receded into the back, because that's what warm and cool colors do. But when it came down to it, I didn't like my artwork anymore. I was feeling pretty depressed for a while and I just wasn't connecting to the piece anymore. The piece was vibrant, it was colorful, it was happy, it was imaginative and creative, and I just didn't feel like that anymore. And so I did something that the past me would never do. I just took a brand new color and I just went with it, and that led me to a completely different place. I wanted to show that happiness is a fleeting moment, and so can sadness, so can being angry or overwhelmed. Emotions are fleeting. And so I'm showing both sides of the coin in this piece. I'm showing you the good and I'm showing you the bad, and alongside those two things, I'm showing a bunch of things that don't make a lot of sense unless you know me and my motifs and my story. The space in my neck is a motif across a lot of my artworks that you'll see here. It is a safe place that is contradicting the looseness of my brushstrokes in the purple face, which is quite out of my comfort zone, unlike space. The spine is to show I'm being vulnerable with the viewer, with you. I am showing you deep down who I am. And how am I showing that? Well, if we look at the purple eye, you'll see 3 drupes coming across, and that is to represent grief. 1 being my mom, 1 being my dad, and the 3rd being myself. The loss of an eye in the purple face is to show the inability to see a future when grieving, as you are currently in a dark time and that's all that you're going to see. But the yellow face is looking up. She is seeing a future brighter than reality, a hope and faith in something more. This piece taught me that sometimes you can ignore criticism. Half my class didn't like this piece, and I'm pretty sure 2 of my lecturers didn't either, as I feel like they thought I went a bit too far with it, and maybe I did, but that's okay. Is it a masterpiece? No. Could it have been done more skillfully? Yes. But no matter what, even if it had all of that and more, someone was not going to like it. And that meant that I had to like it. All I wanted from someone else, an outsider's perspective, was for you to just stop, look, and think. No matter what the thoughts were behind your eyes, as long as there was something going on there, then I achieved my goal. Now, let's just get into the final piece. Well, that was it. On to the next artwork.